Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something really exciting: old US coins. Have you ever wondered about the hidden value of those coins you might find lying around? Or maybe you're already a collector looking to expand your knowledge? Well, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating history of these coins, how their value has changed over time, and what makes certain coins so rare and valuable. And if you're thinking about selling some of these coins, I'll also guide you on the best places to sell them for top dollar. So, whether you're a collector, a history buff, or just curious about these old treasures, you'll want to stick around for the entire video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on awesome content like this. Let's get started. What if I told you that a coin that's probably sitting in your drawer or jar could be worth far more than its humble face value? We're talking about the 2003 1-cent coin. It might look like any other penny you've seen 1,000 times. But trust me, there's a whole world of value that might surprise you, especially if you know where to look. Stay tuned because at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal why this small coin could be worth more than you ever imagined. Let's dive in. The year 2003 was a pivotal one for the United States and for the world. Technology was booming, the internet was becoming a household necessity, and we were transitioning into a new era. But what about the coins in our pockets? The US Mint was busy creating coins that would go on to become historic in their own right. While the design of the 1-cent coin has remained remarkably similar over the years, the subtle differences from year to year, like those found in the 2003 penny, can set certain coins apart. Did you know that small changes in minting processes, like the dyes used or the material composition, can dramatically affect the value of a coin? And that's what makes the 2003 1-cent so fascinating. Coin collectors know that minor details, like the mint mark or specific engravings, can increase the rarity and value of a coin exponentially. And even though this penny appears modest, there are certain 2003 pennies that were minted in such a way that they're more sought after than most would ever guess. Let's talk about the key features that make a 2003 penny rare. First, check the mint mark. Is it from the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, or the West Point Mint? Even the location of minting can affect its desirability in the market. For example, a 2003 penny with the rare D Mint mark, made in Denver, could be worth much more than its counterpart from Philadelphia. But that's not all. There's something even more special about certain 2003 pennies, ones with distinctive errors or anomalies. These rare varieties can sometimes command a price that might shock you. Imagine finding a 2003 penny with a misprint or a doubling error on the date. That tiny mistake could lead to a serious payday. And speaking of grading, the condition of the coin matters too. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with the highest grade being MS70 or mint state. If your 2003 penny is in pristine condition, well, that's where the magic happens. A well-graded, near-perfect 2003 penny could be worth hundreds, or even thousands, depending on its rarity. Now, here's the part where it gets really interesting. You might be thinking, a penny is just a penny. How could it be worth much? But what if I told you that a 2003 1-cent coin, depending on its features, could fetch you a price most people would never guess? There are collectors out there willing to pay a premium for rare finds, and sometimes those premiums can reach astonishing amounts. It's not uncommon for these types of rare coins to be sold at auction for prices that would make anyone's head spin. Some of these pennies have been known to break the $1,000 mark, and others, well, they can fetch much more. To wrap things up, here's the truth. The 2003 penny may look like any other in your pocket. But for those who know what to look for, who understand the value hidden in these small treasures, it could be worth more than a casual observer could imagine. That's right. A specific 2003 1-cent coin with the right features and in the right condition has been known to fetch as much as $23,500 at auction. So, before you discard that old penny in your jar, take a closer look. It might just be your ticket to a small fortune. Have you ever stopped to think about the story behind a simple coin? You might look at a penny and think it's just a penny, a small, insignificant piece of metal. But what if I told you that this tiny token of currency might actually hold a much greater value than you ever imagined? Stick with me, and I'll show you how this seemingly insignificant coin could unlock a hidden treasure. Time has a funny way of transforming things that were once overlooked into incredibly valuable pieces of history. For those of us who can remember when a penny could still buy something, even if just a piece of candy or a stamp, the 2010 Lincoln cent is so much more than just another coin. It's a piece of history, a moment frozen in time that could shape your financial future in ways you might never have thought possible. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this little coin holds a big secret, one that could make you a lot of money. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, and it immediately became a symbol of American pride. The famous image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, paired with the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, captured the spirit of the country. Over the years, the Lincoln cent evolved, reflecting changes in American society and culture, but it has remained a beloved part of the nation's currency for over a century. But here's the twist. Not every Lincoln cent is created equal. The 2010 Lincoln cent, in particular, is one of the rarest and most misunderstood coins in American history. The 2010 coin marked a major turning point in the history of the Lincoln cent. For the first time, the penny showcased a bold new design, a modern shield, symbolizing the unity and strength of the United States. This shield design was a departure from the old familiar wheat ears, and it caught the attention of collectors and numismatists around the world. But here's where it gets really interesting. Not all 2010 Lincoln cents are the same. There are subtle, hidden differences, and one variant in particular could change your financial outlook in ways you never imagined. Now, this is where you'll want to pay close attention. Coin collectors, and the experts who study them, look for specific attributes that make a coin stand out. It could be something as simple as a mint mark, or perhaps a unique flaw in the design that makes a particular coin rare. Some collectors look for misprints, others for certain characteristics that can make a coin more valuable over time. And let me tell you, the 2010 Lincoln cent has one version that is so rare, so elusive, that only a few people even know it exists. And this version, when it's in the right condition, could be worth a small fortune. In fact, it's not unheard of for coins to skyrocket in value over the years, fetching prices that are difficult to believe. While the 2010 Lincoln cent might appear to be just another penny to the untrained eye, to collectors, this seemingly humble coin could be worth thousands of dollars. Are you sitting down? Here's the moment you've been waiting for. A perfectly preserved 2010 Lincoln cent, specifically the rare variant, has recently sold for up to $22,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single penny, just one 2010 coin, could be worth more than many of us could ever dream of. And while you may have one tucked away in your collection or hidden in your change jar right now, it's time to take a closer look. But don't be fooled. This rare version of the 2010 penny isn't just sitting around waiting to be found. You need to know what to look for. Whether it's the specific mint mark, subtle imperfections in the design, or even the condition of the coin itself. And even if you find it, you'll need to know how to preserve its value to make sure it continues to appreciate. Now that you're in the know about the value of this incredible coin, it's time to take a look at your own collection. You never know, that small change sitting in your drawer might be worth a lot more than you think. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and with just a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of luck, and a lot of curiosity, you might just find a treasure worth thousands. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget, history is always more valuable than you think. And who knows, your next great fortune could be hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving into a story that might just change the way you look at your spare change forever. A simple penny from the year 1982 could be worth way more than you think. And by the end of this video, you might just find out why this very penny could hold the key to a small fortune. Let's start with a little history. The 1982 1-cent penny isn't just another copper-coated coin. It carries a significant change in U.S. coinage. For over a century, the penny was made of nearly 95% copper, but in 1982, a shift occurred. The U.S. Mint began to reduce copper content, turning the penny into a mostly zinc composition, with only a thin copper layer on the surface. This change made the 1982 penny incredibly interesting, especially for collectors like you. Here's where things get interesting. In 1982, the U.S. Mint struck pennies in two different compositions. Some were still mostly copper, and others were predominantly zinc. But the real question is, how can you tell the difference? Well, it's not always easy to spot with the naked eye. You see, the copper pennies weigh more and have a distinctive, rich color, while the zinc pennies are lighter, with a more muted tone. Now, here's where we hit the jackpot. The 1982 copper pennies were only produced for part of the year, and most of them were melted down after they were minted. The 1982 copper penny is incredibly rare today, and that rarity is what makes it so valuable. But there's another twist to the story. Rarity is a key factor in coin collecting. When a coin is in short supply and demand is high, that's when you start to see its value soar. Collectors and investors alike are constantly on the lookout for those rare, elusive coins that might be hidden in a jar or tucked away in a drawer. And the 1982 copper penny? Well, it's been flying under the radar for decades, but things are starting to change. So, why is this penny suddenly attracting so much attention? It's because the demand for rare and valuable coins has never been higher. Coin experts and collectors have started to notice the 1982 copper penny's rarity, and they're paying top dollar for it. A single 1982 copper penny, in pristine condition, can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. Some collectors are even willing to pay upwards of $20,000 or more for the perfect specimen. But here's the most mind-blowing part. Some experts believe that one of these rare copper pennies could be worth a staggering amount of money in the future. There are rumors and whispers in the coin collecting world that a 1982 copper penny, if it's in the perfect condition and is found in the right market, could be worth $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million. Now, don't rush to check your couch cushions just yet. The value of a 1982 copper penny depends on its condition. A coin in mint state with no wear and tear will fetch the highest price. But if you've got one of these pennies in your collection, now is the time to take a closer look. You might just have a small fortune sitting under your nose. And if you find one, well, congratulations. You could be holding a coin that might someday fetch more than you ever imagined. So what are you waiting for? Head to your coin jars, take a good look at your 1982 pennies, and you might just find a hidden gem. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin stories, tips, and the latest news from the world of rare coins. Who knows? Your next find could make you a millionaire. The 2014 US 1-cent coin. Yes, that penny sitting in your jar right now could be your ticket to financial success. You might think it's just a penny, but what if I told you that some 2014 pennies could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Stick around, because we're diving into the shocking world of coin collecting, and you could be sitting on a gold mine without even realizing it. Picture this, you're rummaging through your change, and there it is, the 2014 US 1-cent coin. It seems like just another penny, but then something catches your eye. You look closer and you realize it's got something special about it. Could this be your next big find? Let's find out. Now, let me ask you, how many of you have a pile of pennies sitting around somewhere? You know, those coins you toss in a jar without a second thought. Well, what if one of those pennies is worth more than your whole collection? Raise your hand if you're guilty. Oh wait, I can't see your hands, unless you hit that like button. But seriously, what if the next penny you pick up is worth thousands? Let's dive into the history of the 2014 US 1-cent coin. The penny has been part of American currency since 1793, but the 2014 version is part of the ongoing series featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with his iconic portrait facing forward. On the reverse side, you'll see the Union Shield, introduced in 2010 to symbolize strength and unity in America. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was chosen as the figurehead for the penny because of his legacy in preserving the Union during the Civil War. And the Union Shield, designed to represent the strength and resilience of the country, makes this penny more than just pocket change. Now, let's zoom in on the design. On the front, you'll see Lincoln's solemn face. But turn the coin around, and the Union Shield stands tall, with a modern, sleek design that's a reminder of the unity that defines America. It's a symbol of national pride, on a coin you might have never thought twice about. But here's where it gets interesting. Did you know that not all 2014 pennies are created equal? Some of these coins were minted with errors, like double strikes, off-center designs, or even missing details. And when it comes to rare coins, errors make them extraordinarily valuable. Now, here's the jaw-dropping part. If you happen to have one of these rare mistruck 2014 pennies, you could be holding a coin worth more than your entire coin collection. I know it sounds unbelievable, but trust me, the value of a rare penny can skyrocket when it's the right kind of error. Here's the real deal. People are paying upwards of $100, $500, and even more for 2014 pennies with unique errors. And some of these pennies can be found right in your spare change, or in the coin jar you forgot about. So what do you think? Could you have a rare 2014 penny hiding in your collection? Maybe in a jar of forgotten coins or stuffed in a drawer somewhere. Take a second to check your collection. I'll wait. Trust me. You never know what might be sitting right under your nose. Found something cool? I bet you'll be surprised at what you discover. Here's the big tip. Condition matters. A mint condition penny with no scratches, no discoloration, and no signs of wear could be worth so much more. If your 2014 penny is in pristine condition, you could be holding onto a hidden treasure. Remember, coins in excellent shape appreciate over time. So, are you ready to cash in on your coin collection yet? I bet a lot of you are starting to look at your pennies a little differently now, right? It's all about knowledge, and you're learning how to spot hidden treasures. And that's why you're here, so you can uncover the secrets of rare coins. Hit that subscribe button, or you could miss out on more money-making secrets that might change your financial future. Today, we're going to explore the mystery behind the 1996 1-cent coin and why it's one of the most sought-after treasures among collectors. Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets of this small but mighty coin. Welcome, collectors and history enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that may be sitting quietly in your pocket or at the bottom of your drawer. Yes, we're talking about the 1996 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny. But this isn't just any ordinary penny. In fact, there are unique versions of this coin that could be worth much more than face value, and the stories behind them are nothing short of fascinating. First, let's take a look at the basics. The 1996 penny was struck in the United States during a time when coins were still relatively standard, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the classic memorial building on the back. But while these pennies are often overlooked in everyday life, there are subtle differences that can make them quite valuable. You might be asking, why would a simple penny from 1996 be worth anything more than 1 cent? Well, this is where things get interesting. For starters, there were a variety of minting errors during the year, and these errors have made certain 1996 pennies incredibly rare. For example, some 1996 pennies were struck with incorrect dies, causing double images or misalignments. These small mistakes have turned some of these coins into highly sought-after collectibles. Let's take a look at one of the most common errors, the double die variety. This happens when the coin is struck twice, causing an overlapping effect that can be clearly seen on the letters and numbers of the coin. The 1996 penny has been found with this error, and collectors pay top dollar for these rare finds. Just how much are we talking? Well, a regular 1996 penny might only be worth about 1 cent, but if it's one of those error coins, we're talking hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the error and the coin's overall condition. Let's talk about the condition. We all know that the value of a coin depends largely on its grade, and this couldn't be truer for the 1996 penny. A well-preserved coin, free from scratches and wear, can fetch a price far above its face value. In fact, some of the highest graded 1996 pennies have been sold for more than $1,000. If you find a penny in mint condition, you may just be holding a small fortune. But it's not just about looks. The history and rarity of these coins play a huge role in their valuation. Now, let's get to the real story. How much are these coins actually worth? In recent years, some 1996 pennies have sold at auction for astronomical prices. A 1996 penny with the infamous double die error sold for over $2,000. And another pristine high-grade penny fetched over $10,000. Yes, you heard that right. These are not your average pocket change. So, how do you find one of these valuable pennies in your collection or everyday change? First, always look for the date. Obviously. Then, inspect the edges and the image for signs of misalignment, double dies, or errors in the design. And of course, check the grade. Higher grade coins are always more valuable. Why should you care about the 1996 1-cent coin? Well, beyond the potential financial gain, collecting coins is a rewarding hobby. Connects you to history, allows you to preserve small pieces of the past, and who knows, you might just discover the next big treasure. Whether you're 55 or 65 plus, it's never too late to start collecting. And this penny could be your gateway into the world of numismatics. The world of coin collecting is a fascinating one, full of hidden treasures just waiting to be found. And with pennies like the 1996 1-cent coin, you might just find that the next great discovery is right under your nose. Thanks for watching. And remember, check your pockets, examine your coins, and keep an eye out for those hidden gems. You never know what treasures you might uncover.